former teammates at Juventus. Antonio Conte, one of Juve's most decorated players. 5 Serie A titles he won in his 12 years in Turin. Not to mention a Champions League back in 1996. He was also a runner-up in 2003. Well, it's not often we get a full house at the Atleti-Azzuri d'Italia, but there's certainly one tonight. And we've got the sound effects to go with it. Well, Juve had their wobble towards the end of September and in the early part of October, but are firing again under Ciro Ferrara. They've won 4 of their last 5. The only blot, of course, the remarkable home defeat against Napoli. 2 up in that game, Juve, only to be pegged back as Walter Mazzari works the oracle. Well, there's early pressure, and that's Garics, the right back, digging Atalanta out of trouble. Seemed to be hesitancy there, perhaps Consigli could have made a play for that. All the firecrackers being let off early. Atalanta throw on the far side. A strong start from the home side will be really important for them tonight. It's often the case in Serie A that the so-called lowlier sides give the big boys a little too much respect. We hope, as far as the match as a spectacle goes, that won't be the case here. That's a loose touch by Garics. Peluso. Bellini. Valdes trying to give him the option down the left-hand side. Camoranesi, who got the foot in. Tiribocchi. Might be space for Ceravolo here. In support is Garics, the Austrian. Decent ball in. Tiribocchi. And that's fired back in by Padoin. No danger though for Juve. Good bright start though by Atalanta. Beaten by Livorno and Cagliari on the last 2 match days, both away from home. Need to get back amongst the goals as well. Trezeguet beaten in the air by Talamonti. Grosso. Ceravolo, he took a tumble. Fabio Ceravolo is on loan from Regina. Only 22. Needs a goal to really kickstart his Atalanta career. Peluso. It was a nice idea. Valdes trying to make headway down the left-hand side. Jaime Valdes, the Chilean. A good expansive play in the opening 3 minutes here from the side from Bergamo. Guarente pinning Juve back. Good pressure on Christian Poulsen. That was Felipe Melo. First touch for the Brazilian. Poulsen again, the Dane. That wide for Caceres. Looking for Trezeguet. Talamonti up. Valdes. Back with Bellini. Felipe Melo. Might drop for Cristiano Doni. Perhaps the most familiar name in the Atalanta ranks, Cristiano Doni. 36 years old now. And he is Atalanta's most capped Italian. Nice touch, Felipe Melo. This is Chiellini. Breaks for Tiribocchi. Well played, Felipe Melo finds Camoranesi in space. Trezeguet ahead of him, and Camoranesi, good recovery. Grosso able to drill the ball across. No one being positive enough from a Juve point of view, far post. Trezeguet back in today because Amouri is suspended. Sent off against Napoli 7 nights ago. A phenomenal game that at the Olimpico. Doni did well to dig out the pass. Ceravolo. Left-footed ball in from Ceravolo. Tiribocchi went near post. Coolly done. Cannavaro. Wide right to Caceres, the Argentine. Trezeguet. Camoranesi. Giovinco had made the dart and applauds the idea. This is the Austrian, Garics. Well, Antonio Conte will be well satisfied with the start his team have made here. 5 unbeaten after replacing Angelo Gregucci on the 21st of September. The torrid opening to the season, really, for Atalanta. They won a Coppa Italia match before the Serie A season proper had started, and then were beaten on the first 4 match days. Grosso, Giovinco, Felipe Melo, back with Poulsen. Caceres, useful ball. Useful defensive touch as well by Garics. Peluso, get up and under. Again, neat play from Cannavaro. Tidily done by Juve. Shove in the back of David Trezeguet. Felipe Melo. Pressure on him from Cristiano Doni. Diego's not got into the game yet. Camoranesi looking for Trezeguet. Atalanta scramble it, but not for long. Giovinco, the man out wide. Here is Grosso. Giovinco into Camoranesi. Nifty interplay here from Juve. Giovinco just gave himself a little too much to do. But it was nice, snappy passing from the visitors. Winners here on their last 2 visits. 3-1 last season, and there was an Alessandro Del Piero hat-trick the year before in a 4-0 Juve win. Guarente looking for Tiribocchi. Chiellini tight on him. Good header that from Chiellini. Slip from Peluso. That's not much better from Talamonti. And a shove by Caceres on Tiribocchi. Thoroughly encouraging start to this one from Atalanta. Giovinco, Grosso, Trezeguet, Felipe Melo so adept at finding space. Camoranesi. Mauro Camoranesi. Well, it needed to be shoveled past by Consigli. Positive play there from Mauro Camoranesi. The Juve match winner in midweek, of course, and it's forced a corner. Four grey shirts in there. Safely won by Doni. Reflection on the shot back through. Well, Chiellini had stayed forwards. There seemed to be contact between Giorgio Chiellini and the Atalanta goalkeeper, Consigli. Looked worse than it was. Chiellini, the fullback turned central defender, he's a real asset with his versatility. Poulsen was unable to prevent Cristiano Doni getting the flick on. That was Peluso. Back in for Trezeguet. Covering play there from Guarente was useful. Talamonti. Diego, his touch has just eluded him a little in the opening 11 minutes of this one. Cannavaro taking responsibility defensively. Throw from Garics. Doni. Talamonti, flick through for Cristiano Doni. First to go round the outside, back with Garics. Doni, and Juve playing a tight line. Cristiano Doni caught offside. Just trying to work something there with Georgi Garics. Trezeguet made the run. He's beaten to the header. Peluso. Bellini made the dart left-hand side. Atalanta have lost it though. Well, that was Guarente going in strong. Tiberio Guarente. Only 23, but he's a combative presence in there for Atalanta. Italian youth international. By Doni, and it was Chiellini stretching. Ever present for Juventus this season, Giorgio Chiellini. Corner comes far side, Poulsen met it. Going to be retrieved though by Bellini. Nice turn by Valdes. Shut down though by Caceres. Doni, there's a player in the middle, Ceravolo, just couldn't get it across to him. There might be an opportunity to break here. Camoranesi, there goes Diego, given a lot to do. Good covering from Talamonti. Camoranesi, early ball across. Guarente had positioned himself ideally. Chiellini winning that ahead of Tiribocchi. It's wide for Valdes. Going to thread it through for Tiribocchi. Oh, a delightful move from Atalanta. Great run through the middle by Simone Tiribocchi. Oh, just the merest touch on it. Not sure he altered the trajectory of that pass at all there, Simone Tiribocchi. But a delightful piece of play by Jaime Valdes to thread him in. That was clumsy, really, from Bellini. Giovinco, always done well. Sebastian Giovinco, and then manhandled to the ground by Simone Padoin. And the evening's first yellow card is produced by Emidio Morganti. Simone Padoin can have few complaints, in truth. It was pretty blatant. Now then, dead ball specialists here, take your pick. Of course, in an ideal world for Juve, this would be Alessandro Del Piero territory. Unsurprisingly, it's Diego who's lined this up. Scored since the opening month, Diego. Scored those two wonderful goals at the Olimpico against Roma on match day 2. It would seem ideal for a right footer. It's Diego. It's too high. After all that, the Brazilian is unable to conjure something special. 24.5 million. Diego from Werder Bremen. Titles in different countries at the age of 24. He's looking, of course, to build on that in Turin. Ceravolo, and he's caught late. Will there be an advantage played? Well, Atalanta were caught in two minds as to whether that was the right way to go. 2 yellow cards in quick succession. That's Fabio Grosso. And he, like Padoin just moments before, doesn't have a leg to stand on. Rather like Ceravolo after the foul on. Delivered by Guarente. Oh, that's wasteful, really. Set-piece situation to surely an opportunity to pressurise teams like Juve. If you're an Atalanta, you need to do better there, really. No goals yet in Bergamo. Camoranesi. Oh, he won that superbly. Diego into Trezeguet. Diego. Oh, that's under hit. Poor defending in turn from Garics. And Juve have a corner really from nothing there. Atalanta should have cleared. From Diego. Consigli on the end of it. Giovinco. Camoranesi. Plenty of men still forward here for Juve. Over from Giovinco. Yeah, the odd raised arm there, but not too much conviction there that there would be an offside given. Blazed over really from Giovinco. Away by Consigli. Touch from Doni. Caceres there. There goes Giovinco with Garics. Giovinco, good touch. And blocked off by the Austrian. Strong defending that. Led away by Talamonti. Poulsen. Camoranesi. Diego. Here's Grosso on the overlap. Good interception, Garics. That was into Cristiano Doni. Poulsen there. Cannavaro able to tidy things. Bellini's header. High foot up from Camoranesi. Well, referee initially prepared to let it go and then did the right thing and blew for the free kick. Ceravolo. Picked up by Giovinco. It's going to run at them again. Sebastian Giovinco. Plays it slightly behind Trezeguet. That was a shame because it was a good dart from the youngster. Guarente. They want him to send it out wide. Here's Valdes. Offside, far side. No excuse, really. Again, loose from Juventus. Caceres gave it away. Chiellini there. Camoranesi. His touch let him down. Doni. Padoin. Again an offside. It's very disappointing if you're an Atalanta follower. We are midway through the first half in Bergamo. No score between Atalanta and Juventus. Part 2 of the Saturday night double bill on week 12 of Serie A. A little earlier, Catania drew 0-0 with Napoli. Again, another point for Walter Mazzari for Napoli. So soon after they got all three at the Olimpico, of course, and upset Juve. That is some story. Here's Ceravolo. Able to cut the ball back in field, but nothing doing for Atalanta. And Simone Tiribocchi looks injured. Juve are going to have to remove the ball from the playing surface here. So a breather for both sides. Simone Tiribocchi, who Atalanta really are coming to rely on this season. Newly in from Lecce. Continuing the bottom of the table theme with the likes of Catania and Atalanta. The Sicilian side could have moved above Atalanta had they beaten Napoli earlier. Siena currently props Serie A up with 6 points. Catania now with 8, and 3 sides on 9, the uppermost of which are Atalanta. 2 points behind Lazio, having a real torrid time of it. What about Roma? Just 3 points above Lazio. It's not a great time to be a follower of one of the capital sides. Cannavaro, that was loose. There's Chiellini. Melo there. Bellini's header. Camoranesi. Giovinco just in that gap again behind Trezeguet, but his touch let him down. Oh, Ceravolo could be in here. Well, good positive goalkeeping from Gigi Buffon. Well, it looked like Grosso had sold his goalkeeper short here. Ceravolo is nippy. Garics. A miscue really from the Austrian. Felipe Melo got to the ball first, but with very little positive outcome for Juventus. Diego, Camoranesi, there's Poulsen, Caceres. Oh, Camoranesi, it was a cute touch. Happy to say the rain has subsided here in Bergamo. We had some pretty heavy showers in the 2 hours or so leading up to kick-off here. 8:45 local time. There is something special in the air when one of the big sides comes to a side like Atalanta, a side with modest ambitions. Ball swung towards Trezeguet, whose free header is perfectly placed. It's offside though. Met with fury by the Juve following, and he had strayed. He'd slipped in between there, Peluso and Talamonti. Nothing wrong with the header, everything wrong with the fact he'd strayed offside though. It's Gianpaolo Bellini rather gingerly getting to his feet. Overstretched himself, did he? On his head. Uses something of a landing mat by Christian Poulsen. Never the most subtle of players, really, the Dane. Oh, and that dropped in front of Tiribocchi. Atalanta are having a go here. It's great to see. This is Garics. No room to manoeuvre down the right-hand side. Guarente. Back with Garics. Peluso. Looking for Valdes. Well played Caceres. It was Camoranesi. Atalanta throw. woeful miscue there, really, from Bellini. Likewise from Camoranesi. That's Guarente over the top. And another offside flag. That was Doni. Oh, we got a break there. Has a player on the overlap too. Valdes, 3 in the middle here for Atalanta. Backtracking was Poulsen. Good touch that by Cristiano Doni. The years might be against him, but his influence is significant still. When it comes in near post, and waiting was Chiellini to just thrash it clear. Well played, Diego. Here's Giovinco. Again, his touch just lets him down. Ceravolo. Looking for Tiribocchi. It's going to be picked up by Guarente. Gianpaolo Bellini. Valdes. Valdes, that's deep. Giovinco. They're only as far as Padoin and Garics. Talamonti. Guarente. Padoin. Doni. Well played, Cristiano Doni. Guarente. Here's Ceravolo. Good possession this from Atalanta, and Ceravolo just lost his footing. Garics. David to Ceravolo. Right under the nose of the referee's assistant. The striker's challenge, wasn't it, really, from Diego? Well, Guarente went another one over. Can they do better from this set-piece situation? Oh, it was Garics who played it in. Doni on the spin, was it? Clever ball in. It fooled them all. Far away either. Still yet to get off the mark this season, Cristiano Doni. Usually rely on him for 1 or 2 penalties and free kicks throughout the course of a season. Antonio Conte nearly takes one full in the face. Oh, good recovery, Peluso. Diego breathing down his neck. Chiellini. Diego. Grosso. Giovinco, again it's his touch, Sebastian Giovinco. Well, is the concentration where it should be? Here he is again. Played it in towards Felipe Melo, great challenge, Cristiano Doni. Here goes Ceravolo. No foul. Felipe Melo got to him. Poulsen. Giovinco. Valdes. That was Federico Peluso. Diego. There's Grosso with another option on the left-hand side, but he drifts central. Caceres. Grosso almost nicks the ball off the toe of Camoranesi. Grosso's done well. There's Camoranesi! Opening goal for Juve. It was beautifully constructed. In for Mauro Camoranesi, the match winner in the Champions League tie in Israel. And he's got Juve off the mark inside the final 10 minutes of the first half here. Fury amongst the Atalanta faithful, but that is a moment of clinical forward play from Juventus. Camoranesi started it and finished it, and all of a sudden there is plenty to ponder for Antonio Conte. He drifted through unmonitored. Giovinco. Great fillip for Juve there. Grosso bends another one round. It's fallen to Camoranesi again. What about that from Mauro Camoranesi? 1 minute, 2 goals. Again, Atalanta backpedaling at the back, and without the surest of touches, with players of Juve's class around, it's always dangerous. Oh, he was able to pick his spot with some aplomb there. It's a horrible slice clearance. I think it was Talamonti. Yeah, the Argentine races to try and get back for the block, and having been well in this contest, all of a sudden Atalanta have a mountain to climb. One before half-time surely is crucial for them. But Mauro Camoranesi's second and third Serie A goals of the season have done real damage to the Bergamo side here. Here's Diego. And Giovinco, and Atalanta could be buried before the break if they're not careful. It's Giovinco! No one arriving far side. Away by Garics. Tiribocchi takes a tumble, and all of a sudden the pressure momentarily is off Atalanta. Giovinco. Oh, Juve playing with a real spring in their step now. That's Diego switching direction. Camoranesi's on a hat-trick. It's going to come out wide to Caceres. He slips. It's away by Peluso. The nerves have got to Atalanta. Here's Grosso. Felipe Melo. Bit loose that from Juventus. Federico Peluso. Who is that to? this is where the nitty-gritty of the managerial challenge kicks in, really, for Antonio Conte. How does he steady his side here at the interval? That is what the big sides do against you. Take their chances. Ceravolo. Over the top for Tiribocchi. Doni on the run. That's played behind Ceravolo from Tiribocchi, though. Diego. Grosso. Giovinco comes short into Diego. Lovely movement from Juve. Out wide in space is Caceres. And Juve can afford to trot it all the way back to Gigi Buffon. Melo to Caceres, just unable to find Diego. Peluso and Bellini. And just to match Atalanta's mood, the heavens have opened again. Grosso goes long, something David Trezeguet failed to anticipate. Barely been in the game, Trezeguet. Well, conditions are going to become increasingly more difficult with this rain, which is now cascading down onto the the open Stadio Atleti d'Italia. I have to say, feeling quite smug up here in the commentary box with a roof over us, something that is not enjoyed by the other three sides of the ground. Swung long. Antonio Conte has to restore the drive to Atalanta's play here. Giovinco into Felipe Melo. Poulsen. Diego. Away from Ceravolo. That's blatant from Cristiano Doni. Obvious yellow card. You expect better. Really quite cynical challenge on Diego. He's furious, isn't he? In a way, Atalanta have conceded those two goals in the space of a minute. No sooner had they kicked off after Camoranesi's first, and they've had one possession back. Camoranesi had scored again. From Diego, not enough height on it. Cannavaro, beautifully directed header. Giovinco comes in near post, missed by Chiellini, and there was Trezeguet, who didn't really expect the ball to carry across, I don't think. Well, Chiellini might have collided there with Talamonti, but it was purely accidental. With an opportunity to inflict further misery on their hosts here as we close in on half-time. It's Giovinco. They need to regroup, rethink, refocus Atalanta. That opportunity is not far away now. Back for Consigli. Peluso, Doni, get it back. Tiberio Guarente, able to find Bellini. Just a single minute to be added on at the end of this first half. This game's had a good flow to it. Valdes elects not to use Bellini. Valdes has dug out the cross. Ceravolo! Oh, good effort, Guarente. Nice height for Gigi Buffon. Opportunity for the Juve keeper to warm his palms. At least that will offer some encouragement. Giovinco. Nice turn. Oh, well, the moment Diego comes into possession, the flag is raised. He was some yards off, and that will be the last activity of the first half. This free kick from Talamonti. It was his miscued defensive touch. It could change the complexion of this one, though. We shall see. Antonio Conte, those 5 Serie A titles. There's a rumour as well that he was going to take the Juve job in the summer before Ciro Ferrara was handed it on a permanent basis. Second half underway at the Atleti-Azzuri d'Italia. Atalanta can't afford to sit back here. It's 3 points off the bottom of Serie A, and it could be an even more bleak scenario come the end of tomorrow's fixtures. Played forward by Padoin, and Doni will try to launch something early in this second period for Atalanta. That was Grosso. Garics with an early surge down this right-hand side. Ceravolo. Touch from Grosso. Atalanta throw. Good for Tiribocchi, but he's forced away from goal. Might be an opportunity to drill the ball across. That's Poulsen who got it away to Diego. Touch off to Giovinco. Well, his initial touch let him down, and then so did the challenge from Guarente. Let Atalanta down. Giovinco lets the ball run under his boot again. It's Grosso. And stabbed forward by the freshly gloved Melo. Bellini has to go all the way back to Consigli. Cannavaro under it. Doni. Melo, good signing he looks, the former Fiorentina man. Camoranesi. Giovinco tried to turn, wasn't allowed to. Talamonti went through the back of him. Chiellini. Surge deep into enemy territory from Chiellini. Giovinco. Diego will leave it for Melo. The give and go with Diego. Played over the top. There's Chiellini forwards. Oh, hands on heads there from Giorgio Chiellini. He's a defender with such an eye for goal. Loves to get forward. Supplied one in the 5-1 victory over Sampdoria towards the end of October. Incidentally, the only other Serie A match in which Mauro Camoranesi had found the target before tonight. Rather upset Sampdoria's ambitions of keeping tabs on the leading sides. But those two are joint second in Serie A. Juve and Samp. Back to the future, really, when we recall Samp's 90s pedigree. And a great side under Vujadin Boskov, who won Serie A and got to the European Cup final at Wembley. Ready to be beaten by Barcelona. That's Poulsen. And strongly on Valdes. Milan, of course, moving into position as well. Fourth at the start of the weekend on 19 points, a point ahead of Fiorentina. Napoli up to 18 points as well. Poulsen over the top. Again, it wasn't a secure touch really, was it, from Federico Peluso, but able to run through. Bellini, pressure from Camoranesi, and he's forced back towards his own goal again. And then Valdes, challenge from Caceres. Doni helps the ball on. Gathered though by Felipe Melo. Chiellini. Guarente. That's useful. Here's Valdes. It's Valdes on his left foot. It went through Buffon, and Atalanta are back in this. Jaime Valdes. Beautiful through ball by Tiberio Guarente. Juve caught cold. Oh, what about that? The home side back in this, and we have a match on again. Caceres caught on the back foot there, the Uruguayan. Oh, Valdes, his first touch wasn't perfect, but his second was, and it's not often you see Gigi Buffon beaten like that. Yellow card for Guarente. Moments after threading that ball through. It's the third Atalanta player to find himself in Emidio Morganti's notebook. That's why. Rather clumsy on Giovinco. Juve set piece straight away though, played in by Diego! Flags up, won't count. Collection of grey shirts piling into the box there. And Juve have realised now, have they? Oh, not quite. Well, Cannavaro still needs to be told. Well, at last, Juve have come to terms with the decision, I suppose. Cannavaro had turned his back and was racing back towards halfway. It was a devilish free kick played in by Diego. And he's been pretty strong tonight, Emidio Morganti. Allowed things to flow. Chiellini. Better back into the danger zone. Caceres thought about coming then, decided better. Caceres there, pressured by Valdes, who's got the better of him again. Valdes does well. Well, Jaime Valdes, he might not have found a colleague there, but he is turning Martin Caceres inside out. It's a South American battle, that one, Chile against Uruguay. Here's Grosso. Diego is pushed over by Doni. Well, what's he trying to claim there? He played the ball? Surely not. This is Poulsen. Camoranesi looks for Trezeguet. Now Giovinco. Grosso back in. There's Poulsen. It's in the net. The flag is up again. Wow. It was Juve playing the tight line in the first half. Now it's Atalanta. Well, this was the first disallowed goal. It was touched in by Felipe Melo, but, well, it was off an Atalanta head. That's a moment of controversy. It didn't look like Melo was offside when the ball was played. Two goals ruled out for Juve in this second period. That's Giovinco. Felipe Melo! Oh, what a goal! Terrific hit from the Brazilian. No debating that. One touch, then the hammer. Consigli didn't even smell that. It's a wonderful hit from Felipe Melo, who gets his second goal for Juventus, and certainly his best. Pick that one out. It's a fizzer from Felipe Melo, who scored on day 2 at the Olimpico as Juventus beat Roma by 3-1. They now find themselves enjoying the same advantage here in Bergamo. He looks the part, Felipe Melo. €20 million signing from Fiorentina. And at 26, his best years are perhaps still in him. Broken into the Brazilian national side this year as well. He featured in the Confederations Cup, and he will be there in South Africa. He is a name to watch, Felipe Melo. Played in by Guarente. Oh, it's a good one. Juve survive. It was Ceravolo applying the pressure far side. Bouncing awkwardly, I suppose, from an Atalanta point of view. Buffon finding Grosso. Juventus are unbeaten here since March 2001. It's a run that looks set to be extended. Well, a rare misplaced pass from Felipe Melo. Caceres, Giovinco. Oh, well, the meat in the sandwich there, Giovinco. The ball was played and absolutely had to be. Well, you've got to fear for Cristiano Doni here. His temper's getting the better of him. Grosso into Poulsen. And Poulsen, yeah, a little late there. There's a yellow card for Christian Poulsen. Joins Fabio Grosso. Referee's notebook. Kind of crazy, really, because Padoin was heading nowhere. Second year after joining from Sevilla. Poulsen, Doni lifting the ball over the top for Tiribocchi, and Chiellini just with a toe end on it. Did enough to nudge the ball back to Buffon. Felipe Melo drifting past Guarente. Diego. Poulsen. Caceres. Camoranesi into Caceres. Now Camoranesi with David Trezeguet, who hasn't had a sniff, strangely. All Juve's good work has come behind the front man. There goes Valdes, but he's given too much to do. Juve keeping the tempo up. Camoranesi looking for Diego, unable to find him. And then Tiribocchi. Doni will give chase, but Poulsen tidies up. Cannavaro won it cleanly, but Atalanta have it back. There is Chiellini. Consigli able to skip round David Trezeguet, who is just a single goal short of Omar Sivori's record of 167 goals, Juve's top foreign scorer. Level that tally tonight. Here's Grosso, going to be played into the near post. That was Padoin. Garics gathered by Felipe Melo, back to Chiellini. Giovinco. Guarente. Less direct this time, comes through Bellini. Valdes. Cannavaro committed himself. Chiellini in for Diego. Giovinco showed too much of it to Talamonti. Diego's going to go for goal. That might have been aimed wide. Diego again, just before he was chopped by Bellini. Caceres with Doni there. Still not completely convinced by Martin Caceres. He's still only 22. Come in from Barcelona on loan this year. And it comes short. Valdes, challenge from Caceres, that was Chiellini. Bellini. Valdes. Useful ball across by Valdes. That man Chiellini there again. And Felipe Melo beating Padoin. Guarente back in towards Padoin. Doni. Guarente. Well, it was worth having a go. There was room for the shot. Some way off from Tiberio Guarente. Second year. Joining from Verona. The harsh realities of managing a side with modest ambitions are kicking in for Antonio Conte. Now we must envy the resources at the disposal of his former peer, Giro Ferrara. Straight forward for Buffon. Here's Grosso. Giovinco. Challenged strongly. Took his frustrations out on Guarente. Yellow card stays in the pocket that time. Garics sends the ball in through the smog. Camoranesi. Trezeguet for Diego. This is where Juve are dangerous. It's Diego. It's Giovinco. With plenty of room on the left-hand side. Camoranesi moving into the box now. Giovinco sends it far side. There's Bellini with the back header towards Valdes. Lovely swivel from Jaime Valdes. Caceres to take on. Poulsen. Chiellini. Diego. A little nod to Felipe Melo. Anything you can do, then I'm going to at least try and do better. Doni. Tiribocchi, it seems, has lost interest. This is Talamonti. Peluso realises that that was a waste. Atalanta are heading for the first home defeat of Antonio Conte's tenure. He got a 0-0 with Catania in his first match in charge on the 23rd of September. Then a more than creditable point here against Milan. Tiribocchi on target in a 1-1. And then a fortnight ago, Parma, who've had a very encouraging return to Serie A, were dispatched here by 3-1. Diego, good challenge. Poulsen. Decision goes Atalanta's way. There goes Ceravolo. Good play, Chiellini. Well, Juve conceded 3 times in the last 23 minutes against Napoli. I don't think any of us expect that to happen again tonight. Guarente. Here's Bellini. Camoranesi there. Camoranesi turned into a reasonable ball for Diego, but he dumped Padoin to the ground. Just a loose ricochet there off Diego. Caceres. Felipe Melo back to Buffon. Was the last Atalanta win here in 2000-2001 season. In the 5 years they've both been in the top flight since, Juve have won on 4 occasions here. The only exception, a 1-1 draw in 2002-2003. Here's Doni. Here's Valdes. It's Valdes! Oh, not far away. Unlucky Jaime Valdes going for his second. He wanted to pick his spot in the far corner. There's a chance all of his own making. It certainly would have made the last 20 minutes interesting. They have won 20 times here in Bergamo compared to Atalanta's 10 victories. History was always against the Bergamo side tonight. Guarente. Just a nick on it from Felipe Melo. Well played again, the Brazilian. Looks for Giovinco. Underhit that time. Here's Valdes. Quick ball turned into Tiribocchi. Here's Ceravolo. Ceravolo! Oh, lovely goal! Fabio Ceravolo pulls it back to 3-2. And what a last 20 minutes we have in store now. Wow, when there's belief, there's an end product from Atalanta. We're seeing some fine finishing here tonight. You knew what he was going to do. Grosso backtracking. Fine turn inside onto the left forward. And it's a beautiful finish. There's plenty of promise in this chap. Fabio Ceravolo. 22 years old. On loan from Regina. And the boy knows where the goal is. Off the mark for Atalanta, and how. We've seen an excellent finish from Mauro Camoranesi, a bullet of a shot from Felipe Melo, and a really cute curler from Fabio Ceravolo. Wonderful excitement and wonderful entertainment. Almost guaranteed it with Juve at the moment. The 3-2 home defeat to Napoli, the 6 goals against Samp, 5 of which, well, 6 goals with Samp, 5 of which were scored by them. Sure, Ciro Ferrara would prefer the odd 1-0 win. Now Ferrara makes a change. It's Paolo Di Ceglia. Sebastian Giovinco. It's 7 times Di Ceglia, who's 23 years old, has come off the bench for Juve in Serie A this season. So came off the bench in Israel in midweek as well to help see Juve home. And that will be his missive tonight. Consigli. Caceres and Camoranesi almost pushing each other out of the way. Trezeguet into Diego, might run to Di Ceglia. Guarente. Felipe Melo. Diego. Camoranesi square. This is Mauro Camoranesi, still on his hat-trick, of course. The little scooper up and over. Chiellini. Trezeguet. De Cheglia. Here's Grosso. Moving into space down the left again, Fabio Grosso. Jinks his way in field and then is extremely wasteful with the cross. Well, this was Diego, wasn't it, running into Talamonti? Yeah, it was accidental. And to be fair to Diego, he wasn't appealing for anything. Camoranesi. Outside him, Caceres. Diego. This is Caceres. He lost his footing. Valdes. Good skill. Up towards Tiribocchi. And Cannavaro throwing himself in amongst the legs. Yeah, that'll be too long for Valdes. An offside flag anyway. And we're pleased with the fight that his side have put up in this second period. So often we see the sides in the second half of the table almost lose hard against the bigger teams. Certainly at 2 down. Not a bit of that tonight from Atalanta, and it's been a delight to see from Conte's side. Proven goal scorer. They might be nearer cracking it than maybe they think. Camoranesi bends the ball through, and the flag goes up. Play will continue, I'm sure. Completely needless yellow card there for Fabio Cannavaro. The free kick was Juve's. Still kicked the ball away. Madness, really. It's Cannavaro who takes the free kick in towards Trezeguet. There's Diego beaten in the air. Touchdown from Tiribocchi. Then Valdes, who doesn't give it first time. Waits for Ceravolo. He's tripped by Grosso. Play on, says the referee. I think Juve caught a break there. This is Diego. Camoranesi. Felipe Melo. Here's the Brazilian again. Poulsen. Chiellini. Accidental, according to Emidio Morganti. It was an obvious handball. Mistakes being made on both sides. De Cheglia feeds it back in field to Diego. Another goal would surely seal it with 12 minutes to go. Camoranesi clips the ball over the top for Grosso. Back with De Cheglia. Swings the ball back in, and Trezeguet can't get his shot away. There goes Valdes again. Well played, Poulsen. Oh, and he's caught there by Bellini. Another yellow. It's the fifth Atalanta player to be shown yellow. And again, there could be few arguments. Confirmation of Cannavaro's earlier yellow card. Played in by Diego. Plenty of grey shirts in there. Diego looking for Trezeguet. And then Valdes miscues his ball over the top. 10 minutes to go in Bergamo. Antonio Conte's side could still salvage something. There is no Serie A next week, of course, because of the international break, the World Cup qualifying playoffs. Landed awkwardly, not a man near him. And he's pulled something there. It looks unpleasant, really. Gianpaolo Bellini, completely innocuous. And he wants to stick with his starting 11, does Antonio Conte. There is no movement towards the bench there whatsoever. Real blow for Atalanta that Robert Acquafresca is out injured currently. Inter-owned player. There goes Tiribocchi. Chiellini there, getting his body in between Tiribocchi and Buffon. A very little change of Giorgio Chiellini and Simone Tiribocchi tonight. Bellini is back on his feet. Peluso then threw himself at that rather rashly. Over the top for Doni, won by Cannavaro, but he picked up by Ceravolo, touch from Doni, quite come off. Garics, Caceres did well. Camoranesi, look for Diego. Guarente towards Valdes. Doni moving forward, Tiribocchi in the middle as well. It's still Jaime Valdes. Here's Bellini in support. Ball comes in low from Bellini. Not convincingly dealt with there from Cannavaro. Might be now from Grosso. Poulsen. Manages to find Caceres. Diego wants Caceres to stay wide. There's Camoranesi, right on the byline. Cross took a deflection. Here's Diego! That seals it. What a wonderful touch from Diego. Reminiscent of his goal at the Olimpico against Roma on match day 2. Such a subtle jab of the left foot. Consigli left stranded. And that is 4-2 Juve. And surely game, set and match. His first goal since August. How well did he take that? Well, it's the goal they've been threatening to score. They have, of course, had the ball in the net twice in this second half, only to see them ruled out, I say, in the second half, in addition to Felipe Melo's thunderbolt. But that, with 5 minutes to go, should do the job for Ciro Ferrara. And to think that Juve were struggling to score. Through 6 matches in a period stretching from the end of September to mid-October, managing to muster just a single goal in the games in which they did score. But now 5 against Sam, 4 here. Things are starting to look up. I suppose, being cynical, you could say that they've made hard work of this. Camoranesi's been excellent. A couple of goals tonight and an assist. Class finish though from Diego. Felipe Melo dispossessed by Guarente. That's Chiellini. De Ceglia. There goes Chiellini. Look at him on the outside, the gangly defender. It's De Ceglia. It's Trezeguet! That's the goal that draws him alongside Omar Sivori. He is now Juve's joint leading foreign goal scorer. Not had a sniff of goal all night, but with 4 minutes to go, he's managed to put the cherry on top here for Juve. And just like with Camoranesi before half-time, Atalanta have folded. Their concentration is gone, and they've been hit with 2 goals in the space of little more than a minute again. Well, the mark of a top striker, a top player, to keep plugging away on a night which hasn't been your night. One chance pops up, and he takes it. Yellow card for the removal of the jersey, but it's a big moment that for David Trezeguet. You can hardly blame him. That should be Gigi Buffon's. Sixth goal of the season for David Trezeguet. Talking about big moments, this is Ciro Immobile's Juve debut. He's just 19 years old. He's come through the youth setup and he gets his big Serie A moment. Well, you can see what Ciro Ferrara is doing. He wasn't going to trust him until the game was well and truly out of sight. It certainly is now. Maybe this is a name to watch for the future. Great run as well. Well, determined to make an impact. Caceres. Camoranesi is coming to Immobile. Oh, well, what an impact the youngster could have had there. Great run, and the shot which was blocked. He's almost served up a 6th goal for a teammate there. Good, strong play by the youngster. The cross eluded Consigli. There's been no let-up from Juventus here. They are going for the jugular. Still plenty in there. And the header is wide. It's Immobile on the end of it. Well, goodness me. On for just a couple of minutes at the end. 3 really significant touches from Ciro Immobile. Atalanta put out of their misery there by Emidio. Morganti's final whistle. Juve have scored 5 in Bergamo tonight with just the 2 in reply. Mauro Camoranesi, 2 goals in the space of a minute in the first half. Really knocked the stuffing out of Atalanta, or so we thought. 6 minutes after the break, Jaime Valdes pulled one.